Hello. Today I am discussing the two cornerstones of effective flight instruction: the telling and doing technique for skill mastery and non negotiable process of managing risk during every flight lesson. The telling and doing technique. Let's start with the instructional method. The telling and doing technique is a 5 step progressive approach for teaching a new maneuver. It improves a student it moves a student from observation to independent execution. The critical steps are where the student has to tell, meaning they explain the procedure, while the instructor or the student does, meaning they perform it. It's a continuous progression. I tell, I do, you tell, I do, you tell, you do, and you do, I evaluate. Those steps being the demo, being I tell, I do. You tell, I do is what verifies the student understands the steps intellectually. You tell, you do is when the student performs while verbalizing the procedure, like what you do during your check ride. And finally, you have your you do, I evaluate. You do, I evaluate, the student performs independently. This ensures we verify conceptual understandings before committing the skill to muscle memory and just rinsing and repeating constantly. Integrating risk management. Hmm. Why is this so crucial? The FAA reports that approximately 85% of aviation accidents are linked to pilot error, often stemming from poor risk management. We must teach pilots to think like a risk manager. We integrate this using practical tools like the PAVE checklist, used pre-flights to check the pilot, aircraft, environment, and external procedures. And in-flight, this 3P model for in-flight decision making. These 3P stand for perceive, what hazards exist; process, how can this hazard hurt me; what is the risk level; and perform, what can I do to mitigate this. During a lesson, the instructor actively manages risk by operating at a safe altitude and guiding the controls, but the goal is to teach the student to to expect to accept no unnecessary risk and make those critical risk decisions themselves. As an instructor, we're here to make sure the student is safe. We look out for risks ahead of time, and we teach the student how to do that themselves. In summary, effective flight instruction is a synergy. The telling and doing technique builds that technical competence, and integrated risk management builds that aeronautical judgment. Together, they achieve our ultimate goal: graduating not just a proficient pilot, but a safe and responsible one. Thank you.